Night train Brian had arrived from work very late. It was almost midnight. When he arrived at the subway station, there were only a few people on the platform. The last train of the day was arriving. All he could think about was going home and sleeping. When the train arrived, the doors opened. But strangely, all the cars were empty. Normally, there would be a few passengers at this hour, but that night there was no one. Brian shrugged, thinking, what a nice, comfortable ride. He sat in the back, put on his headphones, and picked up his phone. The first few stops went smoothly, but then something caught his attention. The train didn't seem to stop at any of the stops. The station signs flew by, but the doors didn't open. It was as if the train was ignoring the stops. He took off his headphones and tried to listen to the announcement. Normally, every stop would announce, "Next stop," but only a muffled hum came from the speaker. After a while, he looked at his reflection in the train window. But something was strange. His reflection was standing there, just like him, but without a face. No eyes, no mouth, no nose. Nothing. Just a flat, expressionless face. Brian turned abruptly. The carriage was still empty. He took a deep breath and thought, I'm hallucinating from lack of sleep. But when he turned to the window, the expressionless reflection lowered its head, and its head tapped lightly on the glass. Tick, tick, tick. Brian jumped to his feet. He started walking toward the other end of the carriage. But with every step he took, more faceless passengers appeared in the windows. They were sitting in the seats, but only in the windows. In reality, the seats were empty. Heart pounding, he pressed the emergency button. But it was no use. The announcer crackled open. A muffled, unfamiliar voice spoke. Dear passengers, this train will not stop anymore. Brian patiently opened the door of the next carriage. When he finally opened it, he saw something even more terrifying. A few seats away, he was sitting. The same clothes, the same phone, the same bag. He looked up, a bloody smile on his face. The tunnel lights disappeared as the train accelerated. The carriage went completely dark. The last thing he saw was his own face smiling back at him through the window. And the train continued on its way.